I can imagine both teams have an urgency to get this done, considering how late it is going into the evening. However, we are going to be seeing NiP here on the CT side. Nordavind over on T. Already Lekro going to shut down Becker now. Nordavind is a team that I didn't know of until a couple of months ago, when they picked up obviously players like ZTK and Ratty Faction, and then obviously they made sort of Nordic headlines when they signed Zeeves or Zevez. I think it's Zeeves. So yeah, pretty good signing, of course, coach and player. An interesting fact, does play with his mouse in his left hand and his keyboard on his right. So there you go, fun fact. Either way, get right, and Lekro tapping away right now at these T players as we head into the 3 versus 2. That is going to flying 1, and it is going to be Holzer all alone to get closed out by NiP. So first round goes in the Swedes' favor. Battle of the Nordics right now, as this game getting underway already. But with Nordavind getting the lack of bomb plant in this round, it is going to be them that just take the force buy into this one. The Eagles and CZs across the field. One P250 as well onto Zeeves. Forrest is able to land the grenade right at the feet of Holzer. Does take him down, which does mean that it is going to be NiP with that first man advantage. Nothing really gained though from old Nordavind over here. Not a lot of damage done, in Forrest posts one more kill on the board. Faction tapped away with the Deagle. Nice little headshot onto Lekro, but again, won't really survive for long. Get right already knows the last position. And there you have it, going to be a second round for NiP, and a chance to make it a third now, because the eco round of a Nordavind will come in. But NiP should be able to swiftly close out a third round. I don't really see any reason for them not to. But nevertheless, NiP, of course, on that pretty much buy round compared to Nordavind here. We'll be peeking out inside of mid. A very quick push from this T side. Two of the players will drop to their death, or one of them will. Becker to end his own life. Forrest to clean up. And there you have it. NiP make it 3. And Nordavind now going into their first buy round. Holzer will be on the AWP. The rest to surround it with AKs, but there's a common statement across the entire team here: a limit on utility. Although Holzer is going to actually take a peek inside of mid. He is burning in the Molotov, so will be forced to back away. Doesn't really want to teeter on the edge of the flames too much. Forrest, however, will be able to find one. Comes through pretty swiftly. Grenade does a lot of damage, and Get Right finds 2. ZTK finally to dispossess him of that trusty MP7. But not before he finds some decent kills with it. And NiP battling to close out this 4th round. 1-man advantage. Still a UMP in play onto Rez, but as this bomb makes its way onto the site, Molotov goes down. ZTK can plant just behind that smoke. Peek might come through, but it isn't going to do so yet. Molotov stopping that. Bomb goes down, though, and 40-second tick timer does begin. Still, Ninjas in Pajamas have to try and retake, and ZTK and Radifaction both going to deny. Rez will burn one alive, and Letcrow closes down the final. He does not have a defuse kit, but he does have the time to defuse. NiP make it 4. Nordavind do a lot of damage, keeping only one player alive on the NiP side. But still, it is going to be Ninjas in Pajamas to close down a 4th round. Nordavind, after getting that bomb plant, do have the money to invest if they so want to do so. Very quick push out toward the A site, and that Molotov doing some incredible damage. ZTK and Radifaction both sat on 28 points of health. NiP with a good chance to make it 5 already here, especially considering their HP. And again, the UMP has been upgraded from the previous round as well, so that pretty much guarantees the round. Letcrow to find one as Radifaction approaches. He will spot the cross. Nice shot from Letcrow. And there you go, 5th round for NiP. No bomb plant for Nordavind, but they might even force into this one. They can get the AKs and Kevlar, but it looks like they're just going to go for a little bit of a semi-force. Either way, not really anything I could see Nordavind using to win this round. They do have some decent utility, to be fair. But with NiP, of course, crushing Fragsters 16-6 on Nuke. It's interesting that Nordavind did actually allow Nuke to slip through the veto, and I believe they might have even picked Nuke. Which they did. Nordavind picked Nuke as their map pick, which is somewhat questionable if they'd have checked the scoreline of NiP versus Fragsters. As Forrest and Letcrow claim their 2 kills already. The further 3 of this T-side. Oh dear. That's pretty much the late hour of the game starting to set in. Misguided Molotov there from Nordavind. Forrest will find one, drops the bomb and switches out to the pistol. Is going to be Letcrow to finish off, and that's 6-0 for NiP. Nordavind, though, back into their buy round for this one. As will we see an AWP present? He definitely should do, as Holzuk has the money to buy it, and that is what he will do, of course. NiP, however, their money getting so great. Dennis on nearly $10,000. Letcrow not too far behind either. There's just above 5k. Still, though, this is where NiP can really start to punish Nordavind on this first map. Especially if NiP are to win this buy round of this T-side. That's where it could start to get a little bit dangerous for the T-side going forward. Rez able to catch Zeeves off guard. Becca will fall as well as Forrest to find a second frag. Letcrow sat very close to A main. Might actually be able to spot out the feet unless he drops down. Letcrow holding a good angle for that this time as well. Still, flash being thrown, and Forrest can hear the steps right above him. ZTK is tasked with trying to push down toward the ramp area, and ZTK will find one onto Rez. Letcrow dies in the process as well. Not before Radifaction gets tagged down to 2 HP, however. As that bomb does go down out on the B bomb site. Grenade to do damage, but Holzuk to find the kill. Forrest will drop. ZTK tasked with trying to take out one more, and Dennis will fall. Now into a 1 versus 3. And a faction gets eliminated. But still, as they try to enter the bomb site, get right. Has to be very, very smooth right here as he goes onto the site. Good adjustment from Holzerk. Not that quick, but still lands the shot. Nordavind take their first round on the T side of Nuke and NiP. Can comfortably rebuy back into this round. But with NiP starting to maybe run away with these rounds if they get this next one. So there's a really strong reset potential for Nordavind because they've just won a round. And losing the next one can really hurt them. Still though, still confuses me as to why Nordavind picked Nuke. I mean, I'm guessing because there was such a rush of getting the games up and ready. They didn't really have time to even check what map they just played against Fragsters. But nevertheless, Nuke's not really one of them maps that the team would generally pick, but get right, that's a great play from him. 2 trades do come through straight away. Dennis able to deny, but holds up with a great flick. Rez and Letcrow come to save the day, however, and then NiP make it 7-1. Nordavind, of course, losing that round and back down to their eco now. Faction doesn't even have any sort of stable cash either. So there you go, just going to be somewhat of a semi-force right now for Nordavind. He's actually going to be able to eliminate Forest. That's a really nice kill to find. Ooh, Rez taps out ZTK. Faction to eliminate Letcrow, though the Deagle's having a great impact in this round. One more kill might just come through. Rez gets caught off guard. And before you know it, it's a 4v2 in the favor of this T-side with primarily Glocks. Get right is able to trade 1 kill back, though. Becca will eventually die to that. One more to be picked up. Make that 2. Dennis with a great display of that M4. Faction now down to 4 HP. Tries to rush to collect the pistol. Has a chance to get onto the bomb site, but it is going to be NiP to make it 8-1. Becca currently doing 0-9. I believe the -1 that we saw was him when he fell off of Catwalk and died to fall damage. But Becca yet to put a kill on the board, which is not that great. He still won't have a chance to do so either, as it's now a 1v5. NiP with a strong showing on Overpass so far. Why did I say Overpass? That's the second map on Nuke. That's the that's the 6-hour show, 5-hour show setting in there. 0 kill hype. I mean, for a team like Nordavind to even just be playing against NiP right now, it's great experience. Although, you know, the main aim is to win. Still though, NiP 1 round away from putting double figures on the board already with 11 rounds. Or even 10 rounds being played, the 11th currently underway. It's going to take a lot right now for Nordavind to really slow down NiP. It's funny that teams on their CT side do have a great half. Like, on the game we saw against Fragsters, NiP and Fragsters both had great CT halves, but really struggled on T. of course, the winner of this will go 2-1 up. Be only one one series away from qualifying to the minor. Still though, NiP down toward the B ramp, already forcing one player back, but it is going to be Dennis that nearly gets caught off guard. Get some good info on the players of Nordavind. They head toward the B bomb site. Get right with amazing reactions there. Forrest will find one as well. That does now force Nordavind to rotate toward the B bomb site. Prevents it possible, but it is their primary focus here. Forrest is able to close down one more. Matter of fact, and he's alone, 1 versus 5. Forrest already spots him out. Not sure they really even have a chance to get a frag right here. Drives out the window, is good for 1. Tries a second, but Rez is there to deny. 10-1 on the board. And it looks like we already have a little bit of a pause coming through. I'm going to assume that it is a tactical pause in the favor of Nordavind. Epsilon right now, I'm just checking out the other matches here in the closed qualifier. Epsilon are beating Heroic 12-2 on Mirage. Now, I know Epsilon was a very good Mirage team when Robin was in the roster, but I didn't think that would have transferred. But apparently so. Optic also beating Xenvious, or the mixed team that they have going on right now. Yeah, 12-2. But anyway, back to this game. NiP, 9 rounds ahead of their Norwegian opponents. But there we go, as this game does go underway once again. Nordavind now onto their pistols, just trying to somewhat win a round after their first one a number of rounds ago. But still, NiP, it should be somewhat of a, I don't want to say easy ride, but if you're going to face a team in the EU qualifier to make it to 2-1, it's going to be a team like Nordavind, without disrespect to the team. Now that NiP have had the chance to warm up in that previous best of 3, it's... I mean, Nordavind did the same, to be fair, but... looks like a little bit of a stomp so far. Of course, all that can change, though. With the peek out toward the back of tunnels, ZTK is going to get closed down. One trade will come through, actually, so they can get a chance at an AK right now. And Zevers does have Kevlar as well, which is good for him, because he can really utilize that AK. Dennis is very low HP and might not be all that great right now for NiP, but maybe the one trade or the one denial kill will really sway it in their favor. Bomb's starting to head toward that B bomb site though. Or towards A, sorry. It did look like the bomb was... It is towards B, I swear it is. Okay, it is. The maps are a little bit deceiving at times. But either way, he's right to close down one. Ozark does trade. 3 versus 2, and Radifaction being spotted. Ozark does swing and does some good damage. Even takes down Forest. Both Rez and Dennis very low HP right here. Radifaction is down to the Deagles. That's a nice kill to find. You have to remember, Holzerk is on 66 points of health, so he can survive some gunfire. Not going to happen, though, as Rez drops down onto the bomb site. Nice little retake for NiP, and that's 11 rounds for them.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And of course, now the big buy round comes through from Nordavind, as Holzerk will once again be able to claim the AWP. Holzerk, of course, manning up that one. Does have a lot of utility as well, which is always great. Still, mollies go down. Holzerk going to be tagged somewhat, but it's very minimal damage. Ooh, Oh, that's a nice shot. Through the smoke as well, able to trace it very nicely. That was a really nice shot as well there. Good angle lined up. Still though, a long way away from winning a round just yet, but especially with Dennis being that aggressively pushed, that is not what you want. He was way too confident there. And of course, Nordavind do capitalize upon that. Even so, we are going to be seeing Nordavind now try and reach the A bomb site, which should be somewhat of a simple task already. Get right is dead, and we'll find one, but I doubt he'll survive for long. He gets clattered and the body gets shot by ZTK. Now just Forest all alone into the 1 versus 4. And it looks like Nordavind have got themselves a second round. But as Forest just tries to elect for the save, it is going to be that T side that can grab a second round. Still, the money of NiP is very, very good. They will have no issue whatsoever rebuying. Forest even takes out Becca to rub some of the salt in the wound. They do have a lot of money left, so they can reinvest. However, penultimate round of the first half already as NiP sit 9 rounds up so far. Able to find 2 great kills. He was sat on 0 frags at one point. He's on 3, making big moves inside of Secret there, which is a great pick. But Forest and Rez both able to trade. Get Right will drop, but Radefaction and Holzerk both get shut down. ZTK now into the 1 versus 2, and that's not great for him. Does have a decent amount of utility bomb in hand as well. All Kevlar and 100 HP, but coming up against 2 players. Have to isolate these kills into 1 versus 1 battles. Surprisingly, has made it out onto the A bomb site somewhat clear. But he is checking every single angle, wanting to be as thorough as possible. Still 45 seconds left and a lot of time to work with right now for ZTK. He can check every single aspect of the site. As soon as that molly goes down, they will definitely know to hit that rotate. Still, Forest is going to be dropped, and that does call the retake. And the rotate of Rez, he will shift all the way around toward the back of the B ramp, sorry, but Becca might even head towards B right now. He's trying to play for the angle, and oh my god, Rez has read him like a book. He hears the angle. Not watching it yet though, but does spot the play across. All about managing the situation right now. The time's running out, so the bomb had to go down, but even so, Rez, as he makes his way through toward the ramp, he's expecting the peek coming through from ZTK. It's not happening yet. He is going for that little bit of a shoulder peek bait though. Has to try and avoid the flash. Rez spams, but ZTK is somewhat more accurate. Nordavind make it 3 with a nice 1v2 clutch from the Norwegian. Does give that 3rd round to Nordavind. The money of NiP starting to really fail at the final round of the first half, but that's lucky because it was probably no better time for that to really happen. You don't want him going into an eco here, so it is going to be most likely 11-4, but even so, Lekro. That's how you open a round. He even tries for another one. Radefaction is finally able to take him out, though. Smoke goes down towards Secret, but Dennis is much quicker. Radefaction is there, peeking out wide, and it does cost him his life eventually. But still, NiP. Man advantage, not for long though. ZTK gets the frag on to get right. Rez, does he expect the player to be right above him? I'm not sure whether he does. Certainly has some form of intuition as he eventually spots the head, but without the Kevlar, that's going to be huge. Into a 3v2, and this could get a little bit feisty for NiP right now. Still a little bit of a bait play. Becker even resorts to the dual Berettas, but into a 1 versus 1 now. Forest. Time is of the essence, so has to try and tap the defuse. Even looks to stick it, but not going to happen. 11-4 for NiP. They are still a number of rounds in the lead, with only ZTK really providing some solid kills. The rest have just been on the support. There was a nice little play from Holzerk with the AWP, but apart from that, it was a little bit lacking. And of course, the scoreline does represent that. Either way, NiP get the pistol round, and it might be a great chance for them to really push and just close out this game here. Ooh, ZTK though, great first goal into Dennis. He's shown a lot of aggression that I don't know, doesn't really work for me, doesn't really sit right. NiP making their way down toward that B bomb site, especially with the one-man advantage. You would want the trade to come through somewhat swiftly, but oh, look at Zevez. He's right on the flank. He even drops the bomb. Rez finally to trade one back. Get Right comes in with another, and Forest able to close out Holzerk. Now it's a 3 versus 2. Zevez gets taken down, and Radifaction, he's all alone. Rez closes down, and NiP make it 12. Nordavind have to force up into this round. Gives NiP a huge chance at sort of grabbing 14-4 if both of the anti-ecos go in their favor. Rez already to close out Radifaction. That gives start already. Finds a second onto Zevez, and especially being a 5v3 would somewhat count. Nordavind out of this already. Get Right will find just one more trade. But with him being alone in a 1 versus 3, 25 points of health. Forest to finish off the frag, 13-4. NiP pretty much teetering on the edge of a first map victory already. Rez is able to find one early kill. Dennis and Get Right find 2 more. Get Right loves the MP7, and rightly so. He's hitting some great shots with it. The spray seems very controlled, which is always nice to see. 14-4 though. Nordavind now heading into their first gun round of the CT side. They have to win this one, or else it's pretty much game over in the first map. If you're Nordavind right now, the worst team you want to face in this sort of situation, in this sort of atmosphere, is NiP. But either way, maybe there's a chance for them to prove themselves on Overpass. But again, it was a map that NiP gladly picked in their opening game against 3D Max. Yes, they lost on it, but still, it was a map they were comfortable to pick and play. Still has NiP straight out onto the back of the A bomb site. Rez in a great lurk position right now, and Faction walks right into the crosshair. It is that 5v2. No players even yet died for NiP. And with ZTK and Holzwerk most likely going to save their M4s into the next round. It is going to be match point for NiP already. A very quick game so far. But that was typically to be expected. In this one, ZTK will find a refrag. Trade-off of damage being done to the wall there. Both kills will actually be found. That is so heartbreaking for Nordavind. It's now into the potential final round of this first map already, as we are going to see them force into whatever they can do here. So we see a Mag 7, a scout that actually will do some damage. Re's going to be able to find a tag. Hoser claims one onto Lecro, though. But even so, I've only just noticed that Beck is on a completely different account to what his Steam 64 ID says. Apparently. Which is a rip. Oh, Radifaction, however. Nice little sneaky peek onto Dennis. Even switches out to the M4 and claims another frag with it. Great start from Nordavind in this round. Wright is able to trade one kill into Becca, though. Does make it a 2 versus 1, but that... Oh, sorry, 2 versus 4. That swiftly departs, though, and it is 15-5. NiP do have the money to reinvest into this round. We'll be seeing the AKs being purchased. A full squad of them as well. Still some very quick kills to come out from the CT side. Maybe just a little bit rushed there from NiP. Because of that, they have been forced down to most likely their final gun round before an eco, so sort of important that they have to pick this one up. Maybe just divert a play toward that B-bomb site somewhat. But still, with NiP only one round away from winning this first map, Nordavind cannot afford to slip up whatsoever. Especially considering the fact that NiP win this round, they win the first map, they get onto Overpass, which is their home turf in this best of 3 series. There is a known GoTV glitch with POVs where it changes to third person if a round is won in the final round. So it looks like this game has come to a close. It is a 5v2, so that is to be expected. But as far as holding the angle, looking to claim it out, Radifaction will find one, but won't survive for long. 16-6, and NiP claim the first map. Somewhat expected as well, as Nordavind not able to really show up in that first one, but getting onto Overpass is a chance for them to fight back, try and get in.